In the Old Testament, the word used for faith is the Hebrew word amun. And that word means faithfulness, or being trustworthy or dependable. And being trustworthy means that we have some prior experience that makes it reasonable to trust in someone or something. When I was very much younger and at school, I went on a trip to one of the seaside places in Britain. And part of our activity was to abseil down the cliffs at the seashore. These are some of the highest cliffs in the United Kingdom. And to abseil means to attach yourself to a rope and lower yourself down. I had never tried it before, but I successfully stepped over the edge and lowered myself several hundred feet on a thin rope. Why was I able to do this? It was not because I had a blind hope that everything would turn out okay. It was because I could see that the rope looked well maintained and in good order. It seemed to be firmly attached to a secure post at the top. I could see that those who were leading the activity were men who seemed to know what they were doing, and I trusted in my teachers that they would not allow us to do anything which was dangerous. But I really exercised trust when I took hold of that rope and stood at the edge of the cliff. It was then, holding it in my hands, that I had to make a decision for myself whether I trusted in the rope to secure me. And I did, and I went over the edge and slowly lowered myself down the cliff. Of course, that sort of faith can never be 100% certain. There could have been some fault in the rope I was unaware of. But as far as I could see, I had plenty of good reasons for taking hold of the rope and lowering myself over the edge. And that is what our faith in God is like to a great extent. We do not have 100% certainty because we are human and our knowledge of God is limited by our experience. But we have many good reasons for believing that God is trustworthy and can be depended on. We are like a small child who holds out its hands to be lifted up by its parents. The child's hands are small, but it knows that the parent's arms are strong. And it knows that even though its own arms might be too weak to support it, the parent will not let it go. If you have young children, you will know that often they will throw themselves from the top of a flight of stairs because they have learnt to trust their parents and know that their parents will not let them go. Of course, our parents sometimes fail us. But when we leap off the top of a flight of stairs, we have enough experience of them to be sure that they are trustworthy and dependable. Faith is like an object on the ground, like that rope coiled up at the top of the cliff. We have to take it in our hands at some time and determine that we will let ourselves over the edge. It is the same with our relationship with God. It is all very well having lots of facts at our hands. It is all very well having read many passages of the Scripture. But at some point we have to trust God, take hold of Him, and be sure that He has taken hold of us, and allow ourselves to be let down over the edge of our life.